This story is insane. Campbell's soup will never be looked at the same again. This is disgusting, if true. Breaking story from I Mean, Therefore I Am. They said, breaking. Campbell's Soup's VP and Chief Information Security Officer, Martin Bally, was secretly recorded saying the company uses bioengineered meat. Their products aren't healthy, and that it's mostly poor people who buy them. And this is a quote, which we'll just listen to what he has to say instead of reading the whole quote out.
A former Campbell Soup Company employee is taking legal action against the food giant, and he's making some explosive allegations about one of its top executives. Good evening, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. Those allegations are now at the center of a lawsuit.
So it sounds like this guy got fired because he was going to whistleblow, and they didn't know that he had anything. He had secretly recorded conversations, which I don't know where Campbell's headquarters is and if you're allowed to do this, but oh boy.
Claiming the company's vice president went on an hour-long tirade attacking the company's products and employees before taking aim at its customers.
And the former employee recorded it all. Eric Erickson shares that recording and what the company is saying about it.
We have shit for poor people.
We have shit for fucking poor people. Who buys our shit?
Who buys our shit?
And that's just part of an over an hour-long rant, says former security analyst for Campbell's, Robert Garza of Monroe.
I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's not healthy. Now that I know what the in it.
I don't buy it. It's not healthy. This is an executive at Campbell's. Yikes.
Even in a can of soup, I look at it, look at meat, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
The recording allegedly of Campbell's VP and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally.
He has no filter.
Bally, along with
He has no filter. Yeah. So he's being honest, is what you're saying. Like, this is the thing. If you eat Campbell's soup and you hear their executives say this, how do you feel about the food that you've put in your body over the past how many years you've been eating it? And yikes, I mean, on a personal, I buy, I believe it's Campbell's, whatever the 8-pack of noodles is from Costco. Every once in a while, my son loves the soup. But I hear this and I'm like, fuck my life. Never again. That is not happening anymore.
another supervisor and Campbell Soup Company named in a lawsuit filed Thursday. The suit claiming Bally made racist remarks, admits to coming to work high, and Garza fired for coming forward.
What do you think about the things that he was saying?
Wow.
Oh, just pure disgust.
So straight up whistleblower fired for coming forward about it. And Campbell's thought they could just silence this guy because he was a no one. And if he didn't have this recording, they might have been able to do that. Think about that for a second.
Garza says he usually worked remotely for Campbell's headquarters based in Camden, New Jersey. But thinking he'd be discussing his salary with Bally, he says the recording taken in person at a restaurant.
Fucking Indians don't know.
They couldn't think for the
Like they couldn't think for
sounds like you dumb
I mean, I don't necessarily disagree, but we're talking about the same people that just had a poop throwing festival with each other. So maybe this guy's very based, by the way. He's just very blatantly honest. Who the fuck would eat this shit? 3D grown chicken? Indians are stupid? I mean, based.
Garza says he felt sick after the rant, deciding to go to his direct supervisor in January, keeping the recordings to himself.
He had never had any disciplinary action. They had never written him up for poor work performance.
Garza says no one at Campbell's ever followed up, and it's taken him 10 months to find a new job, calling the way the canned soup company handled it simply terrible.
They have a motto, like we treat you like family, here at Campbell's, come work for us, we treat our employees like family. That's not the case.
We did just receive a statement from Campbell.
Is she eating it right now? What is she doing?
It says, quote, if accurate, the comments in the recording are unacceptable. They do not reflect our values and the culture of our company. We are actively investigating this matter. We've also reached out directly to Martin Valley.
Hold on. Hold the fucking phone. Like, I didn't see this the first time. Why is she eating Campbell's soup during this story? You know that whole you can't hate journalists enough? You can't tell me Monsanto or whoever from Campbell's reached out to get ahead of the story. Why would she be fucking eating it at the end of the story? To be like, Campbell's has said it's not true or whatever. If accurate comments in the recording are unacceptable, they do not reflect our values. And then it cuts to her eating Campbell's soup. Bro, are they serious right now? I can't believe I missed that the first time. Kirsha, friend of the channel, says, reminder that Campbell's spearheaded and continues to fund Bridge, which is a collaboration of many corporations to keep Marxist DEI work going forward as unnoticed as possible so that it just becomes an innate part of everybody's lives. Bridge Board of Directors. The Bridge Board of Directors is the governing body of Bridge, composed of a combination of DE&I leaders, business leaders, and other C-suite leaders in organizations who are driving the change agenda internally. The Bridge Leaders Board is the heart and soul of Bridge, working together to elevate the role of underrepresented communities and people with different lived experiences. The board will work collaboratively with Bridge staff to set the operational priorities for the organization. There is Leslie Waller, Vice President of Marketing, Campbell's. The other people on here, Discover Card, the Ad Council, McKinsey and Company. Oh, this one we just covered McKinsey and Company the other day. Those of you who missed it, where Sarah Bond got her start and then went from McKinsey and Company to Microsoft Xbox president. McKinsey and Company is a DEI organization. That is what they focus on. Just finding people that fit the DEI checkboxes and then placing them in positions at various companies. That's like somehow a cottage industry that has sprung up over the past 10 to 15 years somehow. Nielsen ratings, Sephora, Indeed, IBM, all these crazy, end quote tweets that. And the other story I wanted to focus on the other reaction I wanted to focus on from this was this right here. Fall down 7 times, get up 8 says, the company statement comments 100% reflect this BlackRock, Vanguard, WEF cabal run company. And we've talked about this many times on the channel before, but owned by BlackRock, quite a few companies you might recognize here and here.
It's just, you have to force behaviors. And if you don't force behaviors, whether it's gender or race or just any way you want to say the composition of your team, you're going to be impacted. And that's not
Sounds like a threat, bro.
Recruiting. It is development, as Ken said.
How do you force change, though? I mean, Larry, BlackRock has really been in the forefront of the ESG movement within corporate governance and a real leader. And yet change is so slow. So what is, and Ken as well, how do you force change when it is so incremental and so gradual? How do you do something more radical?
Yeah, how do we get more DEI and just completely shove our agenda down everyone's throat? How do we do that?
I thought about that. Has the board of American Express thought about more radical things we could do to enhance diversity and inclusion?
Because it has.
What kind of ball on a tee kind of question is that for DEI? What the hell was that?
It has to be imbued in the culture of a firm. It has to be talked about. It has to be shown.
Like they talk about it like it's so normal, like it's the way the world is. And I'm like, no, this is not the way the world is. It's not normal. This is weird. You guys are conversing about it like it's something that needs to be pushed across, like, I don't know, communism, injected into every organization. Why is that? Why is that? Weird.
Behaviors across the entire firm in every region have to be similar. And every citizen of the firm has to understand what is acceptable behaviors and what are unacceptable behaviors.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And I can't get over this story. Canned frankenfood contains bioengineered food ingredients. The ingredients from canola, corn, and soy in this product come from genetically modified crops. They literally say it on the label. So, sell Campbell soup. I got to be honest, guys. Campbell's soup stock only down 3% today on the news. But here's what's crazy about the stock market and what I've learned just in my following of it just ever so gracefully over the past few years. Every time a story like this happens, I don't know how, but it feels like the market, the powers that be, the people pulling the strings behind the scenes knew that it was coming. Because if you pull the lens back, hold on, wait for it. 6 months, year to date, 1 year, and you do the 5 year, it peaked at almost 60. A couple years later, peaked at almost 52. And now it's at a 20-year low right now. And then this story comes out. It's just very strange. It's very strange. It's almost like they knew that something was up and that it would come out. I don't know. Maybe call me crazy, but it is very curious. It is very curious. It's the one thing that doesn't lie is the money. The money never lies. This tells the truth more than anything. So curious to see what happens with Campbell's moving forward. I would imagine the stock's going to fall a lot more from this point, but again, not financial advice. But I know for myself, I'm never fucking eating a Campbell's soup ever again in my life. Ever. After what just transpired today, I'm like, nope, done. Never again. Toss them all out. I would rather not eat anything. That's how scary it was with what they said. We'll see what happens, but for now, I'll leave that one right there.